A lot of the coolest products that we see at CES every year are the phones, and this year didn't really disappoint, except for the fact that some of the coolest phones we might not ever actually get to use ourselves. But to help me out with this, I'm bringing in Sherry from Whistle Out. Sherry, you are running Whistle Out's YouTube channel, and I encourage everybody to subscribe to that, and I'm glad you're joining us for today. So I wanted to ask you, what have you seen this year that is actually blowing your mind, and then what are you seeing this year that people should actually be excited about getting to use?
Right. So there are a few trends that we're seeing with the phones. The first one, like you mentioned before, are the phones that are kind of cool, like this slap bracelet phone back here from TCL. It's kind of cool. It goes around your wrist. It's a foldable screen.
It's very 90s, right?
Very 90s. Think 90s, but make it tech. But it's a flexible screen, and that's cool, but it's not anything that we're actually ever going to be able to use. These are all like cool concept ideas. Or there's a tri-fold phone from TCL too that's pretty cool. It's like an accordion, but first of all, that's never going to fit in anyone's pocket. And second of all, the screen, it's only on display. Like, we're not ever going to see it.
You just don't have man pockets. Women have very small pockets. It could fit in a man pocket.
Okay, it might be able to fit in a man pocket if you got some nice big cargo pants going on, which you could rock, by the way.
I almost exclusively wear cargo pants when I wear pants.
But so what the other trend we're seeing besides phones that aren't that practical are the light version of phones from different carriers. And what I mean by that is these phones are kind of the lower end version of high-end phones that we've seen throughout 2019. So for instance, Samsung released 2 new phones this year at CES, and they are solid devices, but they don't have as high-end features as their other name brand flagship devices. So for instance, their cameras might not be as strong, or the processor might not be as strong, and the IP rating will be down, but there are some other cool qualities with these phones that will make you want them, like the price point. Samsung's 2 new flagship phones are under $500, which is almost unheard of for a brand new Samsung device. And TCL also released a new flagship phone that will also be under $500, and that has quad cameras, it has super Bluetooth, and a few other really awesome features, but just the materials are a little bit lower end, which brings the cost down, which makes them affordable.
And if we go back to the higher end stuff, I'm seeing 2 things here. The foldable phones that we've talked about. So we've got, Derek, you maybe can zoom in on these, but we have curving displays where you can actually fold them up. You mentioned the tri-fold phone behind me. We can take a look at that in just a moment. But there's that, and then LG is showing a dual screen situation where you can actually slide your phone into a dock that gives you, it's almost like a 3DS, like a Nintendo situation, right? Do you see these going anywhere?
So the cool thing with LG's phone, it's the, if I can remember the name, it's really long and just a little absurd, the LG G8X ThinQ dual screen phone. There we go.
I want to see if we're going to put it on screen and see if she got it right. That was amazing.
Thank you. Now try saying that 5 times faster. We'll see how that goes. But that phone is, I think, the more realistic version of a foldable phone. So it is 2 phones, basically. It's 1 phone that you can plug in, and it connects to a second screen. And that's really awesome. We did a video on gaming. It's awesome for gamers. You can use 1 pad below as like a control pad, and the top is for all the graphics. But I think what we're going to see more of is kind of the dual screen, not so much the foldable phone, because the durability just isn't there yet for flexible screens. So LG's LG X ThinQ is one of the better options if you want more screen surface.
Right. Yeah, when you're looking at these foldable phones, when you touch the surface, you can feel all the components. You just feel like you're going to punch right through it if you click on an icon, right?
Yeah, so I actually got to review the Motorola Flip, the Razr Flip, and that was an interesting phone to hold. You want to love it. It slams closed, you get to slap it, but it's just, like you said, you can feel all the components underneath, and it's supposed to be like that because the screen needs to be flexible to fold and to keep sturdy, but at the same time you feel everything underneath, and it just feels really, really fragile. And that's the one thing I don't really love about foldable phones.
Yeah, Well, anyway, there is some cool stuff. Like you said, I think like the two things that we're seeing is these concept phones that, who knows, maybe one day they'll perfect that foldable technology. But for me, the more exciting thing is what you mentioned earlier, where these kind of stripped down versions of the really, really nice phones that we've seen for the last few years. I'm really excited about TCL's offering because as people who watch this channel a lot may know, I'm a big TCL fanboy. I love their smart TVs. That they've been taking over the US market with, and so I'm excited to see what they do with cell phones as well. Anyway, Sherry, thank you so much for joining us, and again, make sure you go to Whistle Out on YouTube and subscribe to their channel. This is one of the most trusted names out there for cell phone and cell phone plan reviews, and they're just getting their YouTube presence started, so we'd love to see you hop over there and check out Whistle Out. Thanks, Sherry.
Thanks, Craig.
So let me know what you are excited for as far as cell phones go. Hit the comments below. Let me know if you're more excited about these concept things or the cheap stuff that's going to be coming our way soon. So hit the comments on your way, like and subscribe if you want to follow our CES 2020 coverage or our CES 2021 coverage, which is going to be coming up in a short 12 months. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.